Now, US politicians are generally, I think, more outspoken than ours. They seem less afraid of offending or more able to just tell it like it is. Directly, simply. And sometimes it is just so refreshing. Like Republican Congressman Brian Mast, a former soldier who lost both his legs in Afghanistan. And much to the chagrin of some, he supports Israel. Watch as he's hit up by an Al Jazeera reporter just overnight.
You tried to introduce a bill that would significantly slow down aid getting into Gaza, and the famine has now been announced in Gaza by UN experts. Do you regret that bill?
Not at all. I don't trust anything that the UN says about what's going on in Gaza. We know there's a very specific circle of lies that Al Jazeera has actually been a part of. Remember the Al-Aliyah hospital bombing, where you all went out there and promoted the idea that it was Israel that fired a missile into there, or dropped a bomb into there, and killed all these people. In fact, that wasn't the truth, and that was all part of the same system. Hamas tells a lie, and then the Hamas-run health ministry goes out there and parrots that lie, and then you guys get UNRWA to parrot that lie, and then Al Jazeera or other entities pick that up and parrot it around the world.
Now, for those rational amongst us, which is most of you watching, I'd assume, what he says makes perfect sense. He's telling the truth, and he didn't feel the need to pander or faff about. Some other politicians could really learn a thing or two. Now, we mentioned the hospital in Gaza, which reminds me of another hypocritical and blatantly obvious double standard the world seems to have when it comes to Israel. This week, that evil warlord, Putin, targeted and bombed a kids' cancer hospital in Ukraine. That is about as low as it gets by anyone's standards. I was waiting for the masses, the same ones who took to the streets to protest when Hamas pretended Israel had hit a hospital, lied about the number of casualties, and were then exposed as being completely wrong. Cheryl, genuinely have no idea who she is, but she summed it up perfectly on social media. Following the horrific missile attack on the children's hospital in Kiev by Russia, these are the wild, packed scenes of the massive protests against the Russian regime on the streets of London today. And again, I looked high and low around our sunburnt country this week for the same angry mobs, demanding justice and begging for humanity. I mean, innocent kids with cancer. And what did I find? I can't wait till I don't have to use that cricket sound anymore. They just expose themselves so brilliantly, don't they?